Very excited to talk to you about selling Superman. It's about a 40-year-old painful family secret that leaves Darren holding the keys to 300,000 copies, including the number one Superman, and an opportunity to change his family's legacy by selling one of the most expensive comics of all time. So, Adam, as the director and writer of this project, can you tell me the superhero origin story, how you found out about it and got this project going?
Yeah, we love the origin stories, right? Those make for the this is cool because I've been making documentaries for 15, 16 years, and it just so happens my friend from high school, Darren Watts, this is his family secret. So we played soccer together a couple years apart, and none of us had any idea his dad was hoarding comic books, nor that his dad had Asperger's. I knew his dad from after soccer, and uh, so a lot, family secrets, right? Family secrets, and in this case, Superman. I mean, one of the best Superman books in the world is my buddy from high school. Kind of crazy.
That's nuts. And then like he didn't just collect it, but he also looked like he had like temperature controlled rooms for it, security. It's basically like his own superhero fortress for this collection.
That's what Darren has created now. So
Oh, okay.
all right. So the father was more of a in the house, just taking up rooms in the house, 4 or 5 rooms of the home, in boxes, throw a sheet over it, keep it dark, and that's
That's
about
it.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and so lucky in many ways that there wasn't any flooding, and this is in Michigan, but it all kept really because he never read them, so it kept really, really well. So one of the things is the collection is incredibly pristine. The grade is real high on a lot of these comics.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So how many episodes? I know it's a docu-series, so
Yeah, it's like a limited series, so 4 episode, 4-part documentary.
hmm awesome. And it looks like in the trailer you do go to San Diego Comic-Con at one point. How was it
We
like?
go, yeah, a couple of times
Okay.
to San Diego, a couple of times to Motor City Comic Con because Detroit, local Detroit story. Yeah.
hmm Nice. And what was kind of interesting of finding about along this hero's journey?
Really, to me, the family portrait is the thing that's the coolest that unravels. Maybe not the coolest for Darren because it's his life, right?
Yeah.
And the family shows a lot of courage, telling us about how tough it was living with their father, who really smart guy, lawyer, top of his class, University of Michigan, right? Incredibly verbal, but would just really you couldn't wouldn't argue with him. Incredibly smart. You had to really prepare, kind of bully like in that way. The wife would have to just leave the house to get out of the argument, out of anything like, and for Darren, like really had to put up his defenses as a kid. So you can see that. So to me, what's really interesting is seeing family conditioning so clearly on screen and be able to relate and empathize to some level with, oh yeah, this is the story I got from my dad. This is the story I got from my mom, and maybe hold on myself. To me, that's the coolest stuff to unravel and hopefully transform, for Darren as he's going through this, which is really tough to kind of unbox your whole family history, just after your dad passed away.
Yeah, that's tough. So, but it also looks like when you talking to other people, there's like a father and son going through his collection. I think that's still, it
Yeah.
seems like it's a lot of family collection going on, basically, that Darren can relate to, or
Yeah, and he wanted to rewrite his story, so to speak, and the story of the books to share them with people. There's part of the hunt at Motor City Comic Con. Who are going to be the dealers? And one of the people we find is the Hatchback Kid, and him and his dad work together. And it's really sweet to see them come into the collection, become part of it. For Darren, to see, oh, this is what it could be like. So that is one of the cool things, as things unravel, is just meeting all these different cast of characters, these collectors that are interesting, that are innocent, that really love what they do. Aside from I think contrasted with the commodity side of thing, when you talk about grading and $1 million books and the price, it's a commodity. It's business. As Chuck Rosansky, who owns Mile High, is in this. He said it's cutthroat, full contact capitalism. He's like, that's what it is. Keep your eyes open. Everyone wants a piece. But then you have this real sweet side, like with the Hatchback Kid and Darren's aunt down in Florida. You'll see in episode 3, she collects. I won't ruin it, but she collects some crazy stuff as well.
I collect too. Most of my stuff's like hidden right now. That-
behind the curtain.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Like the Wizard of Oz. Great. So you had the first 3 episodes screened in Los Angeles recently. How was that? The live audience.
That Yeah, that was cool. Live audience is always the greatest, right? You get to talk to people right after. No, and the cool thing about LA, it was a nice mixed audience. So we had comic collectors, store owners, we had yogis, we had filmmakers, we had mental health experts, and everybody was finding something in this story. That's to me what I love about it is, oh, cool. We appeal to the fans, right? The niche comic book lovers, the collectors, and then that father-son family story really like transcends and gets to everybody, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is fascinating, and it's hard to not walk out and like wanna spend more time with your family, to maybe say I love you, and or question how am I spending my time, and how do I even view myself, at the higher end, what's the self, yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's kind of like finding that balance, You can still have your passions in life, but not over,
Yeah,
your family and things that are important. So, um,
absolutely.
yeah. Well, what's the future hold for this? It's going to be released yet, or going to, or?
Yeah, you can see it on you can find it on Amazon, Apple, Google, so for purchase there. So we're out on VOD worldwide for the most part. I mean, US, Canada, UK, Australia, and then for those worldwide that aren't in those territories, we still have a special edition on the website that you can buy that has the 6 bonus features,
Oh,
has a Q&A with Ash Crossan, who does a lot of interviews for E and all that. She came and did a special Q&A for us. So we have a special edition that anyone can access and see those things. But otherwise, you just
okay.
hop over to Apple. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, plug the website and your personal social media.
Sure. Website is sellingsuperman.com. Pretty easy to remember, sellingsuperman.com. Social media, we're at Selling Superman Film. And then my personal is at I2I Productions. So letter I, number 2, letter I Productions. You can see all the films I've done, including Heel, Road to Dharma, and of course this one, Selling Superman, is the big push.
Awesome, my friend. Well, keep the amazing work. We'll talk down the road or future projects. All right.
Thanks, Steve. This was awesome.